Hey, Juan here, and in this video, we're going to talk about what exactly is consulting. So, consulting is the business of providing expert advice and services to a particular group of businesses or individuals. Now, that is consulting at its very simplest kind of manner and explanation because really, as a consultant, what you're really doing is just helping somebody, right, solve a particular problem with your expert advice, right? You're helping them maybe grow their business. You're maybe helping them become, a lot more proficient, right? Whatever that may be, and whatever area of expertise they may have, and whatever area of expertise you may have, you guys are coming together because you have some sort of expertise that they don't have, and so they're coming in and asking you for your advice, for your expertise. So you're helping them, provide some sort of solution, and then you're getting compensated, right? That's essentially what a consultant is. So the next thing is, in order for you to build a profitable consulting business, all you really need to do is focus on helping a specific group of people solve their problem, right? Just like I mentioned, you want them to get a desired outcome. If somebody is coming to me and they're a business owner and they want to get more leads and sales, well, me as a consultant, since my background is in marketing and sales, I'm going to be able to help them with my expertise of increasing their, sales, increasing their lead flow right through their business. If maybe they have a problem with their sales process where maybe they're dropping the ball, they're not asking the right questions, that's where I can come in and really help them out with their business and getting that sales process dialed in. And also on the marketing side of things, right? I can help businesses increase their lead flow by running digital marketing campaigns and strategies, and then they would compensate me for my services. So that's essentially what we're doing. We're helping them get a desired outcome, and whatever that may be, right? It's different for each particular individual. Now, people pay for consulting services because they want to get somewhere that they're not currently at, right? It's very simple just to think about it in a sense of somebody has a problem, somebody has something that maybe they're not really comfortable with doing themselves, and maybe it's just not their area of expertise, right? They want something to change, and we're willing to pay for things to change. Oftentimes, we're willing to pay extra if we can get kind of like a shortcut process, or if we can get somebody to kind of walk us, hold our hand through the entire process so that we don't have to go through it alone. So that is the whole thing, is a lot of people know kind of what they want, but they need help getting there. And as I've been saying through this entire video, we're literally just helping somebody move from point A to point B, right? From where they currently are at to where they are actually wanting to be, which is their desired state. And this particular graphic down here really shows out exactly what we're doing. We have a particular client that is in a current state. Maybe they want to grow their business because they want to be able to hire more people and spend more time with their family, right? That is their desired outcome, but they know that they can't do that by themselves. They can't grow their business just, with them doing the marketing themselves, because that's not their area of expertise. Their area of expertise is servicing their clients, right? Being the technician, if that's what it is that they do in their business, right? Providing the service, where we come in and help them, right, with that particular area of their business, their marketing, their sales. And so this is where we kind of bridge the gap here, where we have the current state, then we have the expertise, right? Your expertise in the service, and then that helps them get to that desired state. So that's essentially, in a nutshell, what consulting is. Whenever you want to think about like what is consulting or what do consultants do, just think about the gap here, where we're just literally moving somebody from a current state, right, point A, where they currently are, to where they want to be in that desired state, right, point B, and we're utilizing our expertise, our services to help them achieve that. So that's it for this video here. We'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks. Hey, Juan here, and in this particular video, we're going to talk about the services that consultants offer, right? What are the top services that the consultants offer to be able to get compensated for their expertise. Well, some consultants focus on big picture strategy, while others do the actual work, the actual execution of the actual services. Now, some consultants will travel to a client's business. Some of them will do it online. With today's day and age, right, with the technology that we have available today, most of the consulting is done via the internet, right? Through Skype, through like a voice and video chat, right? I mean, you don't really need to be at a client's, actual facility unless you're doing like really high-end consulting, management consulting. Those types of things are really what are going to require maybe you to come on site, maybe do some inspecting, some walkthroughs of the facility. But for the most part, you are going to be working entirely through your computer, through your laptop, right? And just really needing a Wi-Fi connection and a telephone number to be able to run your profitable consulting business online. Now, the most common consulting offers fall into 4 different categories. That is the strategic advice. This is where it's like kind of high level, very macro oriented strategy type of advice. And then you have the done for you services. This is where, let's say like you are a marketing consultant like myself. I help businesses generate more leads and sales, and I typically have my team that handles the implementation, the execution. And then there's also the one-time training. This is where like somebody hires you to come on site, or maybe to do like a Skype call where you are essentially doing a one-time training for a specific team, specific individual, and then you're getting compensated for that. And then we have ongoing consulting and coaching, where a company may hire you to continue to consult every few months, every month or so, and then continue to help out with whatever area of expertise that you're helping them with, right? And so this is essentially how this looks here. You have the strategic advice, where it's a very big picture, problems and challenges, done for you. You're implementing the services yourself or through a team, or maybe outsourcing it. One-time training, you're helping just train a specific group, operational process. And then you have the ongoing consulting and coaching. This is where you're helping with ongoing training through maybe once a month, once a week, whatever that may be, but you're continuing to help them and achieve whatever goal and outcome that they're looking to achieve. So that's it for this video here. We'll go ahead and see you guys on the next one. Thanks. Hey, Juan here, and in this video we're going to talk about the 3 types of consultants. So when somebody says that they're a consultant, they most likely fit into these particular main categories here. So number 1, it's the management consulting. Now, these types of consultants are hired to help enterprise businesses improve their strategy and operations, or manage significant business events like mergers and acquisitions. And if you're doing management consulting, oftentimes you're working for a large consulting company, right? The ones that work with the large kind of multinational, very large enterprise level customers, right? And so here you're really coming in and you're helping out with very strategic kind of strategy, operations. You're maybe even helping with the mergers and acquisitions, as I mentioned, to help businesses maybe acquire another business through an acquisition, or maybe merge with another organization because they may have cross-selling synergies, which means that they may have a product or a service that really benefits another organization's, right? And then they merge together, or that particular business just acquires that other business, and then it becomes part of the one main business there. And so they can sell different products to different types of customers that they may not have had when they initially started that particular business. So it's a really good area of expertise to have as far as the management consulting, but it's more of high level, and typically you need a lot of schooling, you need a lot of background as far as enterprise level understanding of businesses. And oftentimes the individuals that are doing kind of this kind of consulting here are folks from like the Ivy League schools, Harvard, Stanford. You don't necessarily need to go to those schools to be a management consultant. However, a large majority of these types of consultants, since they're hired by these really large consulting firms, right, they require you to have a ton of years of experience and also go to a very prestigious type of university. And so the number two type of consultants are the corporate consulting. And these types of consultants are typically doing in-house consulting services. They're doing work with implementation teams, and they're just really doing that B2B consulting. And a lot of this is kind of medium-sized businesses, small to medium-sized businesses here. And the individuals typically have about 5 to 10 years of experience in the field. A really good example of this is just like different IT firms, cybersecurity, right? A lot of these consultants just come into these small to medium-sized businesses because they maybe have had a corporation in the past. Maybe they were a part owner of a corporation. Maybe they're just really well versed in that particular industry and they have years of experience. So they have kind of branched out on their own. And then finally, we have independent consulting, and this is what we're really going to be doing here. This is our main focus because these types of consultants have developed expertise in a given area. Then they choose to build and run their own business around that particular expertise rather than working as an employee. Now, with the emergence of technology, there's thousands of new independent consultants that are creating highly profitable consulting businesses from scratch. Now, all you really need to become an independent consultant is a laptop, right? Wi-Fi connection and a cell phone. And you can be a consultant and live anywhere in the world and help businesses or individuals achieve, right, a desired outcome. It's that simple. But I just wanted to kind of give you the three types of consultants and which consultant here is going to be the best for us and what really we're going to be focusing on, right? It's the independent consultant. The two other ones with corporate consulting and management consulting, they typically have a high barrier to entry, right? You need to have a lot of schooling. You need to have years of experience. As an independent consultant, you can have expertise in a certain area and you don't need to be someone who's like the quote unquote massive, complete total expert in that area. You just need to know enough to be able to help that individual, right, get to where they want to be, accomplish whatever goal, achieve whatever goal and outcome that they're looking to accomplish. And you don't necessarily need to be doing the work, right? Let's say that you wanted to be a marketing consultant. Well, you can understand different platforms, different marketing strategies at a very high level and help your prospect, your client, right, get a better understanding of which platform is going to be the best for them and outsource the work so you don't have to be doing any of the execution and implementation, and you can just be focusing in on bringing new clients in the door. So once again, the independent consulting is where we're going to be focusing on, and that's going to be it for this video here, and I will see you on the next one. Hey, Juan here, and in this video, we're going to cover three must-haves for profitable consulting businesses. Now, with consulting, you don't need any special credentials. You don't need an MBA. You don't need a bachelor's degree, an associate's degree, any kind of special certification. You don't need a fancy office. You don't need a fancy suit. You don't really need anything to get started. All you really need to have is a skill, right? Some kind of expertise in a particular area, and you don't need to be like a quote unquote, subject matter expert, right? Where you know everything, from top to bottom. You just have to know enough so that you can talk at a very high level. You can explain things at a very high level, and you want to be very macro focused because a lot of the micro stuff, like the execution, the details, yeah, that's important, but it's not really important enough for you to know every single little detail, because a lot of the work and execution implementation can be outsourced to others where you're just kind of focusing in on, getting clients in the door, helping them understand that they have a problem and that if they stay in their current situation, they're going to continue to get the same results and they're not going to be able to, achieve or get to that next level, that next step in their business. Now, the three main things that you need in order to grow a profitable consulting business is number one, you need a compelling, valuable offer that provides a desired outcome. Now, this can be as simple as helping people lose weight. And the biggest thing here is that you're providing value, right? You're helping people achieve a desired outcome. And oftentimes, people will pay you quite well to help them solve a problem because they need help, and they're really open about it, right? They can tell you, hey, you know what, I've tried this on my own. I've tried to lose weight. I've tried different diets, different things. And a lot of times it's not that they haven't tried the right things, is that they have not been accountable. They haven't held themselves accountable enough to follow through, to be consistent. And that's what really, a consultant can come in there and help them with their habits, help them with the different types of foods that they should be eating, different things to avoid, right? Just different tips, tricks, pitfalls, all these different things that are going to help them get that desired outcome. Now, number 2, you need a specific niche with a large number of potential clients. Now, obviously with the weight loss niche, it's just massive, it's huge, right? And there's different kind of micro subset niches within that. So, for example, instead of just helping people lose weight, you can be a little bit more niche and specific and work with helping entrepreneurs lose weight, right? Because the biggest thing here is making sure that you're talking to and working with a specific audience, right? You don't want to be very broad and talking and working with everybody. Now, number 3, you need a predictable system for attracting clients, because you can be, one of the best consultants in the world. You can be world renowned, and yeah, you'll get, quite a bit of clients coming in from referrals and all this stuff. But if you don't have a predictable system for attracting clients, especially when you're kind of just starting out, then it's going to be really hard for you to scale and to grow your particular consulting business. But if you're able to have a sales funnel where you send people at the very top, right? Maybe it's a little bit more broad of a audience type. You have people that are, wanting to lose weight, but they may not be an entrepreneur, or they may be an aspiring entrepreneur. Maybe they work a 9 to 5 and they're looking to transition into entrepreneurship, and they want to, try to be the best they can be health-wise, right? So having a sales funnel where you can really lay down your steps, right? Step 1, maybe they go to your landing page, they submit their information. Step 2, they go to the actual application page, they fill out some questions to see kind of if it would make sense for you guys to get on a quick call. They fill out their application, you get them on a quick call, and then you figure out if it makes sense for you guys to potentially partner together, work together, and help that individual, that business, whatever that may be, get that desired outcome. So if you have these 3 things here, then this is really all you're going to need to start and grow a profitable consulting business. So that's it for this video here, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks. Hey, Juan here, and in this video, we're going to talk about identifying your ideal clients. Now, when we talk about identifying your clients, you want to find a specific niche of particular individuals that fit your ideal criteria. So when we do this, we're looking at just a small subset of a market. So for example, as I mentioned in one of the other videos, I mentioned that you should focus in on not just helping people lose weight, helping a specific group of individuals lose weight. Now, I really can't emphasize this enough, because a lot of people want to be kind of a generalist, and they want to kind of focus on everybody and think that, everybody's going to be a client. If they want to lose weight, then I can help them. Well, not necessarily, right? And it may not be the best thing for you, because once you are able to really kind of narrow your focus and work with a given set of individuals that fit your ideal criteria, then you can have a really predictable system and process, and it'll help you with your scaling. And some of the questions that you want to ask yourself is, what do real people in the weight loss niche want and need? And remember, if you're focusing in on a lot more specific type of niche where you're helping entrepreneurs, well, what do those types of individuals kind of really want and need? And also think about, what are some of the main challenges that they're struggling with? What are the questions that they're always asking? Now, for myself, I can say that as an entrepreneur, we are always just trying to get work done, right? We're always just busy, and don't have the time, quote unquote, to work out or be healthy or all this stuff. Even though I make sure that I try to work out 2 to 3 times a week at least, but could I do more, right? Could I be better? Yes. And so for the most part, entrepreneurs think that they don't have enough time. There isn't enough hours in the day. They would rather be doing work than working out because they want to, get more stuff done. But at the end of the day, if, somebody who's an entrepreneur doesn't focus on their health and really make that a priority for them, then they're going to be doing all this work. And if they're sick, right, what is that going to do? It's not going to do anything for anybody because they're not going to be able to enjoy, right, their benefits of, becoming an entrepreneur and making all this money and, being able to live a fulfilling life because you're going to be sick, right? So these are some of the questions that you want to be asking, the marketplace. And I'm going to show you some different areas where you can go and find where people are asking these questions and where people are really talking about their problems, their pains, and you can really get some great data from. So you never want to make assumptions about what your target market wants and needs. This is a big deal here. You don't want to just kind of think off the top of your head and think, well, these people may have these problems or these people may have these other problems over here. You never want to think about it that way. You always want to go straight to the market and find out what exactly they're struggling with. You want to hear it straight from the horse's mouth. You don't want to make any type of assumptions because it doesn't matter what you think, right? All that matters is what the market wants and needs. And so once you figure that out, then it's just a matter of delivering that particular, need, that want to them, and then helping them achieve that goal, that outcome, right? Nice and simple. So I recommend that you start researching your market by reading some of the top blogs in your niche. Think about what topics do they cover and really look at, what are they covering? What areas are they focusing on? What are the people saying in there? What questions are being asked in those particular blogs, right? And then go to Amazon.com and find out some of the top books in that particular niche. Go to Reddit, find out what people are struggling with, right? Think about this as kind of more of a research phase here, right? And let's say you want to become like a marketing consultant, right? Well, you want to do your research as to what that particular, business, that niche, that area of individuals is struggling with. What are the problems, the pain points? And then that's how you're going to be able to understand your clientele base, right? So that you can be able to speak their language, right? And then also be able to empathize, understand, and then be able to come up with a solution that's going to solve their problems. So that's essentially what you want to do here. I'm going to provide, as I mentioned, some additional resources in another video of these top places that you can go out and find your clients. But I would really just use Google. I would use all the resources that I can to go out and just research what your particular market, your niche is really struggling with, right? And you should really dial in and figure out who you want to help. And then, you can dial it in and get super hyper focused down the road, but you want to try to be as focused as possible. So you're not just trying to help everybody. You're trying to help a small subset of a market and helping them achieve a particular outcome and be all that they can be. So that's it for this video here, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks. Hey, Juan here, and in this video, we're going to talk about the difference between a generalist and a specialist and which one's going to be the best one for you. Now, as stated here, when you're starting your consulting business, it's more profitable to become a specialist rather than a generalist. Now, when you're doing this and you're really becoming that specialist, that allows you to charge a premium rate and provide a lot more value to your clients. Because what ends up happening is if you're a generalist and you're just helping everybody and their mom, right, and their dog, then you're just kind of seen as a commodity. You're not really, looking to specialize in a particular area, right? You're just kind of like helping everybody that needs help solving some particular problem. And that can actually work against you because you're not really being positioned as a quote unquote expert, a specialist. You're just kind of like, yeah, I work with everybody who needs some sort of help accomplishing some sort of goal, right? That's kind of like being a life coach, and nothing against those individuals, but I'm sure they provide a massive amount of value to their clients. But the way that they position themselves as a quote unquote life coach is not good for positioning and branding, because a life coach means anything. It can mean pretty much anything, right? Versus them having like a very specific type of headline or subject matter kind of statement, where instead of saying that they are a life coach, they could say, I help XYZ people accomplish XYZ goal, right? Through XYZ system. Because then you're telling people what exactly you do and what you specialize in, versus just saying, I'm a consultant, I'm a marketing consultant, or I'm a life coach, right? You want to be hyper specific. You want to be able to position yourself as the subject matter expert in this or that particular area. So let me give you some examples here. I gave you the example of the generalist of the life coach, right? It being very kind of general and doesn't really tell people what exactly you do. Again, a life coach can be anybody that does anything around life. Well, what specifically do you do? Because if somebody were to tell me, hey, Juan, I'm a life coach. Okay, so what exactly do you do? Just the thought that I have to ask the question and figure out, what exactly is it that they do is just a problem, right? That's a big problem, because if they're trying to sell me and position themselves to me as an expert, they don't really seem like an expert when they're just kind of like, yeah, I help everybody and their mom, with their life, right? Versus a specialist that gets paid, the most, because these guys are the people that are actually, very specific and hyper focused on one specific area. So here's an example. I help male entrepreneurs lose weight through a custom fitness and nutrition program. Or it may be like a life coach. So I help, let's say, female entrepreneurs get more clarity in their life and in their business, or whatever that may be, through a customized program, whatever that may be, right? But as you'll notice here, just with this statement, you know exactly what this particular specialist does, right? And how they help people. Because if you're having to ask yourself and question, what do these people do? Or what do you do? And you can't have it clear in your mind within one particular sentence, then you're doing yourself a disservice and you're causing more problems than they need to be. But this is kind of the formula that I like to follow. I help XYZ accomplish XYZ, right? Through that unique mechanism. What is it that is allowing you to help these people accomplish that goal, right? Is it through your specific program that you put together, your system, your process? What is that, right? And so it's a lot more lucrative for you to become that specialist, to really focus in on and hone in on your particular market, because that is what is going to get you paid the most. So that's it for this video here, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks. Hey, Juan here, and in this video, we're going to talk about the difference between a generalist and a specialist, and which one's going to be the best one for you. Now, as stated here, when you're starting your consulting business, it's more profitable to become a specialist rather than a generalist. Now, when you're doing this and you're really becoming that specialist, that allows you to charge a premium rate and provide a lot more value to your clients. Because what ends up happening is, if you're a generalist and you're just helping everybody and their mom, right, and their dog, then you're just kind of seen as a commodity. You're not really, looking to specialize in a particular area, right? You're just kind of like helping everybody that needs help solving some particular problem. And that can actually work against you, because you're not really being positioned as a quote unquote expert, a specialist. You're just kind of like, yeah, I work with everybody who needs some sort of help accomplishing some sort of goal, right? That's kind of like being a life coach, and nothing against those individuals, but I'm sure they provide a massive amount of value to their clients, but the way that they position themselves as a quote unquote life coach is not good for positioning and branding, because a life coach means anything. It can mean pretty much anything, right? Versus them having like a very specific type of headline or subject matter kind of statement, where instead of saying that they are a life coach, they could say, I help XYZ people accomplish XYZ goal, right? Through XYZ system. Because then you're telling people what exactly you do and what you specialize in, versus just saying, I'm a consultant, I'm a marketing consultant, or I'm a life coach, right? You want to be hyper specific. You want to be able to position yourself as the subject matter expert in this or that particular area. So let me give you some examples here. I gave you the example of the generalist of the life coach, right? It being very kind of general and doesn't really tell people what exactly you do. Again, a life coach can be anybody that does anything around life. Well, what specifically do you do? Because if somebody were to tell me, hey, Juan, I'm a life coach. Okay, so what exactly do you do? Just the thought that I have to ask the question and figure out, what exactly is it that they do is just a problem, right? That's a big problem, because if they're trying to sell me and position themselves to me as an expert, they don't really seem like an expert when they're just kind of like, yeah, I help everybody and their mom, with their life, right? Versus a specialist that gets paid, the most, because these guys are the people that are actually, very specific and hyper focused on one specific area. So here's an example. I help male entrepreneurs lose weight through a custom fitness and nutrition program. Or it may be like a life coach. So I help, let's say, female entrepreneurs get more clarity in their life and in their business, or whatever that may be, through a customized program, whatever that may be, right? But as you'll notice here, just with this statement, you know exactly what this particular specialist does, right? And how they help people. Because if you're having to ask yourself and question, what do these people do? Or what do you do? And you can't have it clear in your mind within one particular sentence, then you're doing yourself a disservice and you're causing more problems than they need to be. But this is kind of the formula that I like to follow. I help XYZ accomplish XYZ, right? Through that unique mechanism. What is it that is allowing you to help these people accomplish that goal, right? Is it through your specific program that you put together, your system, your process? What is that, right? And so it's a lot more lucrative for you to become that specialist, to really focus in on and hone in on your particular market, because that is what is going to get you paid the most. So that's it for this video here, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks. Hey, Juan here, and in this video, we're going to talk about establishing your profitable niche. So let's go ahead and get right into this. So what exactly is a niche market anyways, right? We get this word thrown around all the time, niche this, niche that. What exactly is that? So a good way to think about this is people that want to lose weight, right? Everybody wants to lose weight for the most part, and serving people that want to lose weight is not in our best interest, because that could be anybody that is out there looking to lose weight. We want to help certain people that want to lose weight, that are, within a specific demographic, right? People that are 25 to 45, males that are 25 to 45, male entrepreneurs that are 25 to 45 that want to lose weight, right? So the more specific that we can get, the better that we're able to really find in and really hone in on our particular niche market. And some good examples here are the startup software companies that have recently got funded. So just think about if you're wanting to become like a digital marketing consultant. You could focus in on these types of companies, right? Because you're not just helping software companies generate more leads and sales or more business, whatever that may be. You're helping startup software companies that recently got funded. That's a very specific niche, right? And it's still in the software, right? SaaS, software as a service, but you're not just kind of going after the entire software market. It's very specific who you're going after. Now, here's even more specific. Cybersecurity software companies that recently got funded. Now, as you go further down the line, you're going to get a lot more specific, and it's going to be a lot more easier to get those types of clients because there's not a lot of people in that particular space oftentimes. Now, you do want to have people that are, in the actual space, because that way it allows you to, really understand that there's a viable market, right? Because what really makes a good niche market is people that are actually in there spending money, right? And competition that is out there that is actually doing this successfully. Because if you really think about business at its core, right, it's about providing value to a specific customer, but it's really about looking at your competition out there, looking at what they're currently doing, how they're going about their success, and how they're going about their business, and then reverse engineering that to an extent, and then being able to utilize some of our own unique methodologies, techniques, tips, right, to package it up in our own unique way, and then sell that to the particular marketplace. So the next thing that's really interesting is people want to question, hey, should I follow the money or should I follow my passion or something that I'm interested in? Now, this is a really interesting question here because people want to try to always follow the money, right? What's going to make the most amount of money, this, and that. Problem with that is, especially if you're just starting out, you're going to, go through a lot of different challenges. You're going to go through a lot of ups and downs. And if you are not interested, at least have some sort of interest in what you're doing, it's going to be very easy for you to get discouraged and want to quit. So that's why I recommend that if you're just starting out, that you follow something that you have genuine interest in. And then if you want to, pivot down the road and go into something a little bit more lucrative that you may not have the most interest in, but it's still, very, very lucrative, then you can take that route. But for the most part, I recommend that you go after something that you have genuine interest in, because then it's going to be enjoyable. And then anytime that you get discouraged, it's going to be easier for you to overcome any type of issue, problem, or challenge, right, that you may be going through. Now, one of the biggest questions out there is, do you have to be an expert to enter a niche? Now, there's a resource that I'm going to share with you in the next slide, but there's a 4-step process here that you can really use to become a subject matter expert in as little as 20 hours. And this is by a gentleman, I believe his name is Josh. I'll show you here in the next slide, but there's really 4 steps here to, becoming that subject matter expert, enough so that you can present it to others and also get paid to help others, accomplish a specific goal, solve their problem, whatever it may be, by you learning this particular material. So what do? Well, the first step is to deconstruct the skill. Decide what you actually want to be able to do. If you want to help people, generate more leads and sales online through digital marketing, okay, well, you need to find out what platforms are out there that are available that you can market on, right? And the next step is to learn enough to self-correct. So you want to learn just enough so that you can actually tell and notice when you're making a mistake. At the very beginning, and really just in general, you want to have a general fundamental understanding of your skill, of your subject matter, because oftentimes you're not even going to be doing the execution and implementation. So really having just a general understanding and top level kind of macro understanding is what's going to be your best bet. It's what's going to help you, because if you're getting into the details and specifics and all this stuff, oftentimes it can get quite overwhelming. So as long as you understand the macro view and understand what you're looking to accomplish, for the most part, that's going to be enough for you. So the next thing here is you want to remove practice barriers, remove distractions, remove things that are going to be getting in your way. It's easy for us to lose focus. Make sure that you're spending time if you're going to be spending time learning a new subject matter, that you focus enough and that you take time out of your day to really commit to this. So if you're just completely new to this particular area, this niche, whatever that may be, that skill, practice for at least 20 hours so that you can get up to date, because you're not going to be like the world renowned expert in 20 hours, but you're going to know enough about it, even at a macro level, to be dangerous, to be able to present it to prospects and be able to let them know that you have a solution to their particular problem. So in this particular slide, I want to share with you this video here, and it's by Josh Kaufman. And he explains these points further here in his TED Talk of how you can become a subject matter expert in as little as 20 hours. Now remember, you're not becoming like a world-renowned expert in, marketing or weight loss. You're knowing enough to be dangerous and have enough information to be able to talk about it intelligently, to present it to others, and let people know that you can help them accomplish XYZ goal because of your expertise, right? So that's it for this video here. Highly recommend you check out this video. It's gonna let you know how to utilize these particular steps in greater depth, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks. Hey, Juan here, and in this video we're going to talk about the mindset of your ideal client. Now, in order to start and build a successful consulting business, you not only need to be familiar with your target market's biggest issues, problems, frustrations, and needs, you also have to be able to understand what they're thinking as they develop an awareness of their circumstance. So you want to know where exactly your particular market is at, right? And the different things that they're feeling, what they're thinking. Are they aware of their problem, or is it more of a problem that they have that they're not really aware that is even a problem? It's kind of interesting to really think about it, but I'm going to go ahead and show you here the 3 different mindsets that are really going to give you an understanding of what these individuals are thinking, kind of where they're at in their particular stages, and how you can utilize the proper marketing techniques to get in front of these individuals, and then also be able to talk their language. So let's go ahead and jump right into this. So there's 3 main types of client mindsets that you need to be aware of, and knowing these will help you be able to position the right type of content at the right time, so you're building the most amount of trust, credibility, and rapport with your client. So the first one here, the mindset number 1, which is the cold. So these prospects have a problem but are not aware of a solution. They may be not feeling good about themselves because they may be overweight. They may have trouble getting relationships, getting dates. So they have a problem with their self-confidence. They're just out of shape, and they want to get in shape, but there's so many options out there, right? There's gyms, there's all these diets, all these things that they don't really know of a solution that's going to be viable for them, right? Because there's so much stuff out there. Now, mindset number 2, these people are warm, right? These individuals have a problem. They know they have a problem, right? And are currently looking for solutions. They're actually, searching the web, looking for diets, looking for maybe personal trainers, maybe looking to join a gym. They're just looking for a particular solution. But the thing is that there's so many different things out there. There's so many diet fads. Why do you think there's so many diet fads that come out every 6 months, every year? The keto diet, the juicing diet, the this and that diet. I mean, there's so many different things out there that are created and made up because people think that with losing weight is like some magic formula, some like magic process system is going to completely revolutionize the weight loss industry, when in all actuality, when it comes to losing weight, I mean, it's really simply watching what you eat in the kitchen, right? That's where you're going to lose the most amount of weight, is watching what you eat, making sure you're not eating a lot more than you should be, right? And that doesn't take a lot of information to gather, right? You can go on YouTube, go on Google and search for that kind of information. But There's so many different things out there that it's easy for somebody to get, confused and bombarded with information overload. And so then there's the mindset number 3. These individuals are the hot folks, right? These guys, they know that their problem is causing them big pain and they have to take care of this. And they're willing to pay, top dollar for you to be able to help them solve that problem. Now, with all of these different types of individuals here, the mindset number 1, where they're cold, number 2, where they're warm, number 3, where they're hot, I'm going to kind of give you an idea here as far as the kind of marketing message and material that I would put in front of each particular audience here. So mindset number 1. And so the type of marketing message that I would put in front of these individuals that are cold is letting them know that they may be struggling with getting dates, with maybe feeling good about themselves, maybe with self-esteem, letting them know that losing weight can help them feel better about themselves, become healthier, right? And then bringing up those pain points there. And then once I pour some salt on the wound and on those pain points, I'm then talking about, hey, well, now you don't have to deal with that. Now you can actually start to feel better about yourself, lose that weight that you've always wanted to lose, and be able to, transform yourself into the real you. So that's how I would really market to those individuals. Now, those that are warm, they know that they have a problem and they're already looking for it. So they have a different kind of mindset where I'm going to talk about the fact that there may be a ton of diets out there. There's a ton of ways to lose weight. There's a ton of programs. However, this is why my program is better, is different, is unique in comparison to the others. Because remember, these guys are actively looking for solutions. They're looking to figure out, why is X product or X person, better than the next and the rest, right? And so this is where you're really differentiating yourself between your competition, because they already know they have a problem and they're looking for it. So with mindset number 3, these guys are hot, right? They know that the problem that they have is causing them some deep pain and they need, an immediate solution. So with these guys, it's just a matter of poking at the pain, right? Pouring salt on the wound and really bringing up the fact that, hey, you've maybe tried this diet, you've tried this other thing, this other service, and nothing has worked for you as of yet. And now you're looking for the actual final solution that's going to help you, accomplish XYZ goal by losing that weight that you've always tried and just haven't been able to. You're going to be able to do it with my program, with me, or whatever that may be. So those are the different types of mindsets that your prospects are going to be at, and the kind of marketing message that I would put in front of these particular individuals. So that's it for this video here, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks. All right, so in this video, we're going to talk about the magic sales formula. So this particular video here is probably worth its weight in gold. It's probably worth the cost of this entire course, because I'm going to give you the sales formula, right, that is going to be able to give you the ability to sell pretty much anything to anyone, okay? Because there's a very simple process that, if followed time and time again, you're going to be able to get your desired result of being able to make a sale, right? And this is all done in a very specific way, and it's done by helping people, right, get a desired outcome, right? Because if you think about it, the people that are going to be getting on the call with you, that are scheduling a call with you, that are interested in your particular services, they have a specific need. They have a specific problem, a pain. There's something going on in their lives, in their business, whatever it may be, that they need help with, right? And they're looking for options. They're looking for somebody to come in and help them out, right? If it's maybe a pain of them not being able to grow their business, maybe they've been stagnant. They've just been kind of staying status quo, not really been doing too much marketing, and they know that they want to take their business to the next level, but they don't really know how, right? Because they don't have the expertise. They are really good at what they do, right? Running their business. But when it comes to getting a lot more leads, more sales, right? Growing the business with extra marketing, they don't have those skills. They don't have that expertise. So they're coming to you to be able to find out, to see if there's an opportunity for you guys to work together, for you to help them solve their particular problem. So the formula is the gap. Okay. Now, as I mentioned, this is going to allow you and give you the ability to sell anything to anyone. This is so powerful here. And like I mentioned, this part alone is really worth the cost of the entire course. I mean, there's courses out there that will go for several thousands of dollars that go into this particular formula here, which is the gap. So if you look at it here on the left-hand side, it's who we are, okay? And there's a gap, okay? Challenges and obstacles to where who we want to be, okay? Now, if you really think about it at its core, people don't really buy products or services, okay? They buy better versions of themselves. Just think about if you are somebody who's looking to, let's say you're a business owner, right? And you're looking to grow your business because you want to spend more time with the family, you want to take more vacations, you want to do this, you want to do that. That person, as far as where you are right now, is not going to be the same person that you are going to become once you accomplish those things, right? There's growth, there's different things that happen. So, and these challenges and obstacles play a factor. Through our process, we're coming in and we're acting as a consultant. We're coming in with a thought process, right? A mindset of, hey, I'm here to look and find out if there's an opportunity here for us to partner together, for me to figure out where you are currently at in your business, in your life, and if there's an opportunity for us to come in here and work together and help you get to where you want to be and who you want to be, right? Because if you're not asking kind of deep questions and getting and discovering information as far as what is their problem, why are they on the call with you, and where do they want to be, then you're doing yourself a disservice, and you're not going to be able to really do yourself a service by helping these guys get a better understanding of how you can help them, right? So all in all, really, sales is literally this in a nutshell. It's the gap. It's figuring out where your prospect is at, their problems, their challenges, everything that they're going through, right? And it may be with digital marketing for the most part is, okay, their problems or challenges is they want to grow, but they don't really know how. They don't really know how to do online marketing. They don't really know how to get more customers, get more leads, right? And if you think about it with our messaging, when you're reaching out to prospects in your marketing material, or you at least you should have, if you're not, obviously you're going through this course, you'll understand this. When you're going out and you're reaching out to prospects, you're never talking about, hey, let me do some marketing for you, Facebook ads marketing, blah, blah, blah. You're talking about leads. You're talking about more sales, right? That's what you're talking about, because it's the desired outcome, the end result of what you're providing. Because nobody really cares about Facebook advertising, about this, and that, and all these different, PPC. All they care about is the end goal. What is it that they're going to get, right? And in this particular situation, right, it's what are people going to get as far as an outcome from working with you? Who are they going to become, right? And you'll find that people are either trying to move towards something, okay, a positive outcome, or move away from a negative outcome. And a lot of times we're trying to, for the most part, us humans, we're trying to move away from pain, okay? And so if you think about it, we would much rather, buy something that is going to get us away from any kind of pain or problems than actually maybe buy something that is going to give us pleasure, because there's not very much incentive, is what I'm trying to get to, right? There's so much incentive to get rid of a problem, because you're trying to move away from something. Okay, so what you'll find is either people are looking to move towards a positive outcome. So I want to make $10 million, $1 million, because I want to be able to take more vacations. I want to be able to help my uh, my workers, my employees, my company, whatever. Or they may be on the opposite side of that, where they're trying to move away from going under. Maybe the business is hasn't been growing. They're kind of in a rut. They're like, yeah, we haven't been growing. We've been kind of staying kind of stagnant. And I want to make sure that we have longevity in the business, and that we can, not only take our business to the next level, but stay in business for years to come, right? So your whole task, right? Your entire task is really to, right? Your job is to find out what are their problems, their challenges, their obstacles that is preventing them from getting to where they want to be, and really pouring salt on the wound, right? Bringing up those problems, asking those questions. Why do you feel you're not able to grow your business at this point? What do you feel is missing? And they're probably going to tell you, well, hey, I don't really know how to do marketing. Maybe I've worked with other companies. I haven't got the desired result. Whatever it may be, right? It's about figuring out what those challenges and obstacles are, and getting them to visualize and paint a picture of how their life would be once they actually accomplish all these goals, right? And be who they want to be, right? Become who they want to be. So that's the biggest thing there. And so what people will do is they'll pay for getting a desired result quickly, right? Through these whole challenges and obstacles here in the middle, there's a lot of growing pains. There's a lot of problems. There's time, right? Time is very, very precious. The most precious commodity that we have, as human beings, right, is our time. So that's why people are willing to pay thousands of dollars for services, right? To be able to get from where they are currently to where they want to be. And a lot of times, right, people need help, and they're willing to pay top dollar to get those kind of assistance, right? To get that kind of assistance. Just think about a nice and simple example, non-digital marketing related. Somebody who wants to lose weight, right? They are maybe 50 pounds overweight, but they want to be, at a certain weight. They're at 250 pounds. They want to get to 200 pounds. Okay. And there's somebody who has this formula, this product, this service, or whatever, that can help them transform their lives and get to where they want to be. Right. And, it's going to be a lot of an easier sell, because somebody has this blueprint, this formula that can help them and transform their lives, right, by just following this step by step. And that's where people pay the top dollars, because they're paying for shortcuts. They're paying for people who have a specific blueprint, a guide that can walk them step by step, versus them going and spending the time, energy, and resources trying to figure it out. Just like with marketing, right? You have companies that can hire people from within, or bring people in to their company and actually have like a digital marketing team, or do it and figure it out on their own, right? But all that requires a lot of time, energy, and resources, right? Especially when having to hire people to actually work in the company. There's insurance, there's all these different taxes, versus hiring a owner such as yourself, that they don't have to pay all these extra fees. You're coming in as a contractor, and you're helping these guys get a desired result very quickly, very efficiently, and without any kind of problem. So this is really the magic formula that is going to give you the leg up from your competition, is understanding that people are on the phone with you. They are interested in your services because they have a problem, and they have a desired result that they want to achieve, right? And that you can come in and help them get that desired result right away. They have a need of wanting to get more leads, more sales. Hey, you have a blueprint, a service that can get them leads within 24 to 48 hours, right? With some niches, as you know, we can turn on the ads within 24 to 48 hours and start getting leads like immediately. And but there's a lot of a learning curve to really understand Facebook and the algorithm and all these different things. And so you have this guide, this blueprint that can help them get to where they want to be from where they currently are, right? And so if you really take time to understand this, think about this deeply, you're really going to understand just how powerful this is. Because in a nutshell, this is the formula that is going to allow you to be able to sell anything to anyone, okay? And really understanding that when you're on the call with these people, okay, with these prospects, you're looking to uncover pain, problem that you can use as leverage further along in the call, and we'll go over that in the script, further along in the call, so that when objections come up and different concerns come up, like hey, it's too much money, or I don't know, like, well, John, you mentioned to me that you're really wanting to grow the business because you want to spend more time with the family and be able to take more vacations. I think what we need to look at here is whether or not you're committed to being able to get all those things accomplished and do all those things that you mentioned, right? How committed are you to getting that, to doing that, right? And so you're putting it back on them. You're letting them know, hey, listen, where's your commitment? You said you wanted to do these things. What is holding you back, right? And so you're trying to dig deeper, right? Dig deeper and figure that out. So this is going to be it for this video here. We're going to go into the psychology of sales, a little bit more advanced kind of sales terminology. We're going to go into frames, but I really wanted to give you this because this is really going to allow you to become a sales, overnight sales expert, so to speak. Obviously, you're going to need a lot of time to practice and learn this and that, but if you know this and you go into a call with this kind of knowledge and understanding that your prospect is in a current state of problems, of issues, of pain, and your goal is to figure out what that is, right? What those are and where they want to get to. I mean, the battle's halfway won, right? So that is going to be it for this video here. Let me know if you have any questions on this, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks. Hey, Juan here, and in this video, we're going to talk about the consulting service deliverable. So after you've found a potential client that is in need of your services, you understand who your target market is, right? And the outcome that they're trying to achieve, moving from point A to point B, there's two main ways that you can deliver the actual services or the consulting or the advice, however it is you want to look at it. So number one, done for you. So this is for, like, let's say you're a marketing consultant, okay, and you help businesses generate leads and sales. You completely set up the marketing strategy, the story, the hooks, the actual campaigns on, let's say, like Facebook. You set all of that. You create all the ads, all the campaigns. Everything is done by you, right? Or maybe your contractors, your team, and then you guys deliver leads, right? The actual outcome, more business, right? More opportunities for them to grow the business. And then there is the done with you. So this is where you do some of the work yourself, okay? And then you have your clients also do part of the work. So let me give you an example of the done with you. Let's say you have like a client where you're a marketing consultant, and the done with you type of service that you're providing for your clients, they have like a product or a news story that they're looking to publish or promote around a product. And so they've came up with the whole entire funnel, the whole marketing concept. And so you're actually just executing on the Facebook ads. You're executing on just the actual running the campaign, setting up all the ads, doing all the split testing, all the audience retargeting, all of that deliverable stuff, right? But they're doing a large portion of the work by getting everything started, getting the marketing material, set up. So it's like half and half, or maybe even like 60-40. And this is probably the best way to go about delivering your service, because it's half and half, right? Not everything is put onto your plate where you have to do everything. And then the client is upset because you're not doing things like they want you to do it. So it's really good because you put part of the responsibility on yourself, but then part of it on theirs. And so it's a collaborative effort. And so what ends up happening is that in this particular situation, clients have some skin in the game. And so they're willing to invest into this long term. They're willing to put in the work. And if they're not putting in their side of the bargain, then that's where you can come in and let them know, hey, John Smith, or hey, Mr. Business Owner, we have done everything on our end to make sure that the campaign is up and running, is moving forward. We're still waiting on X, Y, and Z from you and your team. How soon can you get that to us? Or because you haven't got that to us, we're actually behind XYZ number of days or weeks, whatever that may be. So these are going to be your two main ways that you can deliver your advice and or services to your particular clients. But oftentimes in the very beginning, when you're just starting out, it may be that you kind of just focus on the done for you and you start getting some experience, some results, and then you transition into the done with you. But it's really more on what you're most comfortable with. So that's going to be it here for this particular video on the consulting deliverables, and I will see you on the next one. Thanks.